Hey guys, Mike here, and in this video I'm going to tell you 5 things that I find disappointing about the new Apple iPad Air. If you've seen my other videos on this latest Apple tablet, you probably know that the Air is basically a thinner, lighter and more powerful version of the previous iPads. However, there are some things I wish Apple would have done differently. For starters, the Air comes with only 1GB of RAM. You might say that's enough, as the OS is smart and knows how to juggle with apps properly. But that's not necessarily the case. Let's take browsing with several different tabs open for instance, where the Air does not have enough memory to keep those tabs cached and needs to refresh them, which takes time. And when multitasking between more apps, the bottleneck is even more visible. In other words, the lack of more memory does not impact the snappiness of this tablet, but instead means that apps will need to be reloaded more often during everyday use, which leads to unwanted delays. That aside, the Air does not support Wi-Fi AC. It's true, with the MIMO antennas layout, the Air delivers superior wireless speeds than its predecessor, and it's also true that the AC standard is not widely adopted yet. However, in a year or two, AC routers will get more affordable, and having AC on the Air would have made it more future-proof, in my opinion. Another thing that I was hoping it would change is the amount of storage offered with the base version of the Air. But there are still 16GB of space on this one, like with all the other iPads before. Given how games have gotten larger these days, if you'll have 4 or 5 modern titles installed, you'll quickly run out of space, and that without adding movies or music. So I was hoping the 32GB iPad would become standard. And about that, Apple charges right now $100 extra for the 32GB version of the Air. That's $100 for 16GB of storage space and nothing else. I mean, they charge $100 for the upgrade from the 64 to the 128GB version, and they do the same for the 16GB increase. That's utterly insane. And there's not much we, the buyers, can do about it, since the iPad does not support storage cards. And while we are talking about prices, the base version of the iPad Air starts at $499. That's not cheap, but a few proper competitors the iPad has in the 10-inch tablet space are just as expensive, if not pricier, like the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. However, the second generation iPad mini, which is basically an iPad Air in a smaller case, is going to start at $399, and I believe it would steer many buyers away from the Air. Last in this list is the rather limited options for official accessories for the iPad Air. It's true, Apple finally introduced some leather cases that protect the back of the slate as well, but I wish they also offered some keyboard cases and maybe some sort of a gaming controller, as I tend to play tons of games on my iPads. And I do know that I can find decent such accessories from third-party manufacturers, but none are actually perfect. Anyway, that's about it for now. These are the 5 things that bother me the most about the iPad Air, and I haven't included iOS 7, that's another story. Of course, this clip could go for a while. There are certainly other features Apple could have put on the Air, like NFC, wireless charging, or that fingerprint reader home button combo we've seen on the iPhone 5s. So if there are other things that you don't like about the iPad Air or other features you would have loved to have on this tablet, tell me about them in the comments below. For now, I bid you farewell, but not before thanking you for watching and not before asking you to subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this clip. See you soon.